Welcome to the Swirl Suite, everybody. I got a special episode today, okay? This episode I am so excited about that I released it a day early. It's the story of Brenae and Joe, chef and a wine girl. I mean, sometimes the universe just does wonderful things, and this is one of them. Here's their story. Cheers. Well, welcome to the Swirl Suite.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
So I've been following you guys since you started the cooking show on YouTube. And Joe, I've had your food in DC, and I was so excited to see you guys together. So, how did the YouTube show start? How did it all come together?
Well,
we started dating we met online late July, met in person when his restaurant reopened out here in the Bay Area. And then as soon as people started learning that we were together, they were like, power couple. They were like, oh my God, food, wine, yes. And we like both of you a lot, get together. And I remember he was like, oh yeah, we have to do this. This could be our IG handle. This is all we could do. And I was like, no, we're not doing that. And then I finally caved. And it's just been this fun rendition of literally everything we do in our personal lives. Yeah, we just he always cooks really good food, and I'm always bringing wine, and so we just decided to start documenting it and sharing it with people, and it's been so well received.
Yes.
So
that's basically really how it started. I mean, of course, I was always on Instagram lives on my other two pages. So I decided to carry her along with me for this ride and journey. And, I was like, well, look, let's make it fun. So, yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah. That's so awesome. So it seems like it came very natural to both of you.
Yes. It's a very organic structure to it, which a lot of people was like,
sure.
So, when do you write the script? I was like, there's zero script. Believe me, she's she's
I'm the planner.
She's the planner. She's like, when are you gonna have these recipes? People want the recipes together. Can we get the recipes? And I was like, if they watch the video, they will get the recipe.
That's just the type A in me. That's literally the dynamic in our relationship. Is I'm the one that's structured and I want to look ahead and have things planned, and he's like, let's have it happen organically. And I'm like, okay.
The day is gonna happen. It's 24 hours.
Well, that's probably best, because if you were dating yourselves, it probably wouldn't be any fun.
Well, I'm pretty great.
I'm honestly, I'm pretty awesome. I dated myself for 5 months in Oakland. Please believe. I was very entertained looking outside the window.
Oh, were you now?
So, Joe, what actually brought you to Cali?
So, honestly, 1 year ago today, I flew out here to do my tasting, and I was with Barcelona. When I moved to Atlanta, I moved with Barcelona, and then I left. When I left Barcelona, I got with another group out there, Southern Proper Hospitality, and my boss from Barcelona was like, "Look, I got this opportunity in LA." I was like, "Bet." So the whole process started kind of in October last year. And then the LA thing went well, but it went silent after the third interview. And I was like, all right, whatever. He thought I actually had the job. So he called me back how's the West Coast? I'm still in Atlanta. He was like, what? So he was like, look, I got something in Berkeley for you. Tell me if you like that. My thing was, I knew I was going to leave Atlanta. I had no intentions on being in Atlanta past 2 years. Originally, it was just supposed to be after the Super Bowl and bounce, but I stayed a little bit longer. But my idea to come to the West Coast is kind of being a more progressive food scene. Again, chasing Michelin stars and doing all my jam and making it happen. Of course, I left DC kind of at the peak of that wave there. So I was like, well, let me go to a more progressive city. I've done DC. I'm from there. I can always go back whenever I want. So that's what kind of led me out here. And again, honestly, a year ago today, I flew out here to do my tasting. I moved out to California March the 7th. By March 9th, I started my first day of work, and we knew we were going to be shutting down. So I literally dated myself in an apartment for 5 months. But yeah,
Wow.
damn mask.
Man, what do you think the difference is between like the food scene in California and the food scene in Atlanta and DC?
First, the food scene in I'm directly in Oakland. So I will compare Oakland to DC, like how it correlates into the growth of what's going on in Oakland specifically. And honestly, like when we saw the boom that happened, like the 14th Street, and all of a sudden you got restaurants popping up in alleys and stuff. Like, what in the
Yeah.
world? Like, I'm not going over there. I know what it is. I'm like, no way. That's the kind of scene that's happening in Oakland right now. And it's really a good community-based network of like industry professionals, like the chefs, bartenders, all the industry folks are really, really tight knit here in Oakland. And that is very reminiscent of DC. Atlanta is a really spread out city. So you don't have that same community, but there are like each pocket of Atlanta itself, you have that strong community base. But Atlanta as a city, it's just way too spread out to get that same conglomerate of people versus, DC being a small city. Like everybody knows everybody. Everybody's on 14th Street. Everybody's in Georgetown. Everybody's on H. Everyone's on U. Like, so you have that group of people, and it's like, all right, bet we're going here. You spend more money in tips because you probably didn't pay full price for anything if you went out.
So tell me more about the pairing. What's your what is each of you's favorite pairing that you've created together?
So far, my favorite pairing just happens to be that hot chicken and Lambrusco.
That looked bomb.
Like
that looks so bomb.
That was good. And I had a glass of the bottle. I had a glass out of the entire bottle, but that glass was well worth it because honestly, like the acidity in it really cut through the heat. And it's like people like I posted a picture and someone said, "How come you don't have pickles on your hot chicken? If it's real hot chicken, I need my pickle." I was like, I'm about to pair with some wine. That pickle will kill everything I got going.
People are so funny about food. My goodness.
So I was like, look, the acidity in the wine did just that. It cut through the fat, it mellowed out the spice, and it really brought forth the fruit notes in the wine itself. So I was like, yeah, I did that. Like that was good. Like I was super happy about that one. And honestly, the last one we did, because I've never had the McBride sisters, Red Blend or the Wade Cellars. So I was really excited to try both of those, even though like McBride sisters I can find anywhere. The Wade Cellars has been really kind of elusive.
Yeah, I haven't had it.
So I was like, I gotta try this. So that one worked really well with the pizza that Brenae did. I was like, yeah, this is magical. All of the pairings have been class acts.
Yeah, the inspo is literally just anything we haven't had.
That's the goal.
That I don't naturally work with. So
like anything her job doesn't own. And then it's like, what haven't we had?
What haven't we had? What's different? What's cool? Something that I admired out the gate talking to Joseph is he talks about food the way I talk about wine. So when we're talking and planning pairings, it's really, really fun because we both just start geeking out, and I'll have a wine that he hasn't had, but I'm like, you need to try this, and then he's automatic with flavor.
And that's how it really comes about, those flavor profiles of work. And one of the things when doing this is like present it. We always talk about food and wine. It's like we both geek out in our respective crafts. But you still want to present it in which a way that everyday people will understand it, which is why I get bombarded with like, can I get the recipe? Like,
yeah,
I want to make this at home because we are truly making approachable food that people can do every day. They might do it already, they just don't think about it in the same fashion. And out here, like the wine industry is like, that's the best part about California. Okay. Like to go anywhere and it's like all the wines that you wish you could have back at home. It's like, oh yeah, you just go up the street and get that. Like we had, even at the job the other day, somebody bought a 1982 Robert Mondavi Zinfandel.
Oh my God.
I was like, that's old. I was like, that's old. And this is Zen, like, and we just got that. So of course, we open up, pour the little glass, make sure it's good going to the guests. And it was amazing. So we have that luxury. I always say, got these nice work perks that play into it. But the wine, to have access to wine country was truly amazing.
So, Brenae, what about you? Did you have a favorite pairing that you guys have created?
The hot chicken, I think, is still number one, but I'm in my mind flipping between the gnocchi that we did or the paella with the organic water.
I mean, y'all pizza looked fire too.
Yeah, that pizza. Okay, I'm still waddling from that pizza.
No, we made 3 pizzas, and that was gonna be lunch and dinner.
But, okay, so like back to like me being the planner, like I'm the wine girl. I'm sitting back here talking about the wines, but I'm also just back here drinking. And he's always like, "Come over," and I'm back there, pizza in hand with wine. Like, huh? Like, no, just talk. I made mine. Mine's done. Like, let me just be back here drinking. And then I get back on camera and I'm like, you guys, oh, good. So I'm completely useless during these things. So I'm just back there enjoying the food. But
she gets mad. It's like, this got to be shorter. I'm too drunk on camera.
That paella and the Oregon Pinot was beautiful. So
I had to break the Perron out.
Got the Perron. Yeah, but then the gnocchi that we did as well, that was amazing.
Oh, you know what would be bomb if y'all, like when the world opens up, you have like a private supper club and you just get people to pay you to just do exactly what you're doing.
Don't tell our secrets. Don't tell our secrets.
Okay.
Everybody else is just jumping into it. And I mean, that's been like
that was the first kind of conversation. Because again, I moved out here in the middle of a pandemic. So again, I got a job and got furloughed from that job before I got a full paycheck from that job. So I spent 5 months like really questioning everything I ever done. Like, why did I do this? Is this truly the right move? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? And when we met, we were like, really getting to know each other and really bonding. I spent some time out in Sonoma and it was like, I met people at the restaurant who would love to host private dinners. Like, this space would just kill, and like I just have people travel an hour away and I'll cook up some food. That was the biggest thing for me, is building a network. Again, I'm new here, so it was like I know her and the people I work with. That's it. So for me, it was like getting the guests and interacting with the guests and understanding what they want, and just again building my network for when it comes time to do pop-ups. In which I got some pop-ups in mind, nothing scheduled just yet, but we can't go through another pandemic waiting to get rehired. I can tell you.
I'm telling you.
So I'm thinking ahead on that. I did meal prep for the apartment building when I first moved here. So it was like, look, anybody wants some meals? I was doing some meal prep for some people here, so that was good, just to keep me busy and keep me afloat. So.
Wow.
Please. When we really started to first started dating, I was introducing a bunch of people to him and bringing them out to the restaurant. I was probably at the restaurant every week with different people. And so when they saw us launch Chef and Wine Girl, they were like, oh, well, we can host you at the winery, like do a dinner here. So there are our wineries and we're like, come do this. And we're both just like, we do have like full-time jobs. And I don't know, there's so much opportunity with it. So we're kind of having fun as long as it stays fun. But I think for us, like, this is gonna.
That was the biggest thing. I told her, like, if it's not fun anymore, like, I don't want to do it. Like, if it feels like work, I don't want to do it.
Well, and it's fun for us. I just think there's so much opportunity that could come from it. So we're still just sitting back and really looking out at what the opportunities are and if they make sense. But yeah, there are a number of people that are like, come to the winery, come to this space, cook. Here's the wine, just do a dinner. So there's all kinds of potential when the world opens back up. So
that's fantastic. That's such a great story. Oh man.
Yeah. I met her on a dating website. So
shout out to Hinge.
Wow.
When I say I was in my apartment for 5 months, no comment, like I would see people, but then like you don't see them. And my sous chef, matter of fact, my sous chef from Atlanta, came in town and we hung out He's like, I gotta go, I got a date. I was like, what do you mean you got a date? He was like, yeah, I met a girl. Where'd you meet someone? Like, you just flew here. And he's like, Hinge. I was like, what is that? He's like, it's like Tinder, but it's not. I was like, all right. So I went home, downloaded it, and started swiping, and I found a farmer.
So I asked a question.
Green Acres, so there's that. I think I had a picture of me in front of a John Deere tractor when I was in New York, and that's why he swiped right on me or whatever you do on Hinge. I don't remember. But yeah.
So, did you guys know who each other was before you met online? Not at all.
No, I saw a chef because I hate dating apps. Hinge is great, but I was like towards the end of burnout. So I remember I saw his picture and it has your occupation or whatever, and he looked all innocent. And then I saw that he was a chef, and I was like, oh, yes.
Oh my.
We're gonna figure something out. But then he asked me. So I was like, I have zero patience.
Zero.
He asked me like, what's a day in the vineyard like? And I was like, ugh, that's a loaded question. If you want to know, you'll take me out to lunch or something.
It's like, I'm not here to write essays.
Oh my.
That's what she said. I'm not here to write essays. If you want to know more, you can take me out to lunch. So I gave her my number.
And then I just was like, oh.
And then left it. Just left it on red.
Oh, okay. And I just didn't respond.
For a month.
No, it was not a month. It was
3
like
weeks.
2.5 weeks.
3 weeks.
2.5. Anyways, 40 Under 40 came out, and we had already established that we knew mutual people. Like, we both know Sakari. Yeah. He was following you for a very long time. We had already obviously met. So we had people in common. So he reached back out and was like, oh, congratulations, the restaurants.
Very smooth. I like it.
Persistent. I was like, oh, snap. I'm going through 40 Under 40. My friend, she's one of the co-founders of the Roots Fund. So we were talking about that. So I'm like, oh, this the girl I was trying to talk to on the Hinge. Let me see if her profile's still active. I just gave her a little congratulations.
Yeah, he shot me a note, and then he was like, come to the restaurant, whatever. And then like in the 12th hour, I realized I did not make a reservation. Like, I hadn't even, no. I mean, we hadn't been going on dates, so I didn't even think about making a reservation. So I reached back out, and then he books the reservation for me and my friend. And I brought him a bottle of wine, and that, Sarita, when I say like I was cackling like a hyena, he made this like, it's a skillet pancake with candied bacon with chicken breast on top. And when I tell you, I was the loudest thing in that seating area. It was so good. And then I was extra turned because I was having mimosas. And then he was there again. I'm thinking he's all innocent and cute, and he's got wonderful eyelashes. And I was just like, oh my God. And my friend who came with me, because he's not with us, he's just, sending food out. My girlfriend's there, like, okay, girl, I know it's harvest, but I'm gonna take your place today. They're not even gonna know. She's like, you need to call him back. You need to go out to drinks with him or something. I'm planning your wedding today. And
oh my gosh.
I'm still just sitting there and probably super red because he's out there talking about all these flavors. I'm sitting there like, all sweaty, hot and bothered. Like, oh my God. He's cute too. Oh no. So I was definitely seduced by brunch for sure. And then later that day, I was like, okay, I'll call you back.
You guys are like a Hallmark movie, like brand, like all in one.
It was a mess. I was cackling. For the longest time when we'd have dinner somewhere that he cooked, and I'd post it like on Instagram or something like, how do you sneakily propose to somebody? And everyone's like, what? I'm like, this food is just, I've never tasted anything. And then, I've had great wine pairings before, but, to have it from somebody you really care about and to be a part of that, it's been really special. So I'm glad I called him back. I'm glad he responded. I'm glad he's persistent.
It works out well.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
She took me to the vineyard, and I called myself being fresh. I had my suede shoes on. You know, I was like, I'm about to kill her up here.
Yeah.
But man, it was so
Suede
much
shoes
dirt.
at a vineyard?
So
I didn't know. I'm thinking of like a tasting room, you know, going in. You know, I had no clue. It was like real.
She's a farmer. You know she was going to take you out in the dirt.
Oh.
Somebody tell him.
All I brought was summer clothes with me, okay?
We met during harvest, so yeah.
It's the only time I can wear shorts.
Our first date in Sonoma, I randomly got a call. I thought I was done with work, so I was in a dress or whatever, and I get a call that, you know, it's time to pick because the fires and everything else. And I was like, ooh, what are you doing for the rest of the day? And he's like, nothing. So I had him pop in. I zoomed back to the ranch, loaded up a trailer, and I was going off to pick up these macro bins. And I usually do this by myself. I'm not expecting the winemakers to be there or anything. When they know I'm coming to pick it up, like they know I can do it, it's fine. But remember, I have not changed out of said dress. So we get out to Napa, and automatically I see the winemaker, I see the assistant winemaker. I'm looking at him like, we don't know each other that well yet. And I'm like, oh, okay. So they've got this janky forklift. My dog runs off somewhere. The wind is picking up. So I'm sitting there trying not to give people a show. All of a sudden, one guy's on a forklift. The other guy's loading up bins.
It's like 4 dudes.
This guy that had been driving back, ski skirts to a stop. He's now out. I see Joseph go from just standing there to now he's helping. And I'm on the side looking like, wait a minute, why does it take 4 men to load up 8 macro bins? And I've already said I could do this myself. I'm trying to get in there. I hit him with a ratchet strap, but they're all hot, sweaty. Nobody's talking to me. I'm just off to the side. Then we finally get ready to go. I hop back in my truck, and he's like, oh, I see why you get all this help. But like, that was our first date. And
her dress was like flowing like Marilyn Monroe in the wind over there. I was like, oh my gosh, let me help her with these bins.
I was like, I gotta teach you something. But yeah, by the end of it, he's just covered in dirt. Like, he did not come for that, but I was like, this is harvest, like, you know, I gotta be ready to jump on the fly. But he stuck it out.
Still here.
He's still here.
Oh my gosh. What a story.
It's a mess, to say the least.
Oh, I love it.
Like, the pandemic has made everything seem like I feel like I've known her for years.
Sure.
It's like, gosh.
I mean, y'all skipped all the bullshit.
Yeah, like it's been like, man, 5-6 months. It's like, I feel like it's been like a 3-year rodeo right here.
I mean, I think part of that too is like, I mean, we're both a little bit older, so nobody's really game for casual dating, and we both, you know, have our careers established. We're both serious people about what we do, so I think it's been really nice to just find somebody who understands that. Like, we both work 10-12-hour days. We both work 6 days a week, you know, and even on that day off, we're still probably answering emails or texts or whatever else. But it's been nice to understand that while we're both independent, we both respect each other's places and understand the level of work ethic it takes to be successful. And then, you know, obviously our career paths are super complementary, and then we are as people as well. I'm super type A and like in it, and he's super relaxed and patient and go with the flow. So it's been really nice. I totally believe the pandemic has accelerated a lot of that, but I think naturally it probably would have happened.
Well, this is awesome. You guys look great, and you have like a great energy together.
Thank you. It's probably the Pinot Noir.
It is.
Oh yes, please. What are you drinking?
We are Love J.
Love J. I say Love J. See. Love J by Danny Glover.
2015.
No, I haven't had that.
Shout out to Black History Month.
Amen.
He's out of Hillsburg.
It's good.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, the color looks wonderful in your glass.
Yeah.
Look there. Look at that.
Awesome. In sync. Love it. So this part of the show, I ask you like random questions that may or may not be rapid answers.
Go for it.
So here we go. When you were a kid, what was your favorite processed food?
My favorite processed food, Bahama Mama hot sausage, the little hot sausage.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100% hot.
I love it.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say pickled pig feet, but
Ew, you ate that as a kid?
off the ice cream truck, yeah, absolutely.
Ugh. Oh no, hot sausage are yeah, but not pig feet.
Pickled pig feet was good.
No way. No way.
Next week's episode.
Oh no.
Let's get down to your
Okay, what is your food pet peeve? I love asking food and wine people this question.
My food pet peeve, I guess when I'm out in the restaurant, will be the over explanation of food.
Oh.
Like I just want to eat it. I don't even know how to eat it.
You mean when the waiter comes to the table and starts explaining what's on the menu, that kind of thing?
Yes.
Got it.
But it's usually like not. I find myself doing this when I write menus too. It's like this. I just want like to say 3 things, and they can figure it out.
Gotcha.
I would say just the temperature of my food. I don't need one side being too hot, one side being cold, one being lukewarm. Like I need everything to be hot, and I need it to all come out together.
All right, that's serious. She sounds serious about that.
Yeah, like I want hot now, same time. Thank you. I don't eat salads.
Okay, if you received $5,000, what would you do with it?
Oh, I feel like I'm a guy's grocery store. I received $5,000 right now. I would probably go ballistic and buy some brand new stools from a kitchen. Yeah. I need some new wine glasses. Since I have been doing Chef and Wine Girl, I can no longer use my previous employer's wine glasses. It's too much, brand advertising. So I need some unmarked wine glasses, a nice decanter, I guess I'd go shopping because I haven't really been shopping since the pandemic started. So I need some new balance.
If I had $5,000, I would go anywhere because clearly I got enough money to sit through anybody's 10 to 14-day quarantine. So I'm out.
That's fair.
Well, vacation.
Would you go somewhere with like, well, you live in California, so you got water. Do you need like a beach or an island?
But hold on. That water it looks good, but don't stick your feet in there because it's cold. The Pacific Ocean is cold from top to bottom.
Yeah.
Like the beach may look nice, but you step your feet in that water, it's shock. But it looks good.
I've actually never been to a California beach, so
you ain't missing nothing.
Good to know.
No, you're missing. There's some beautiful beaches here. If you go to San Diego, the water is warm.
Gotcha.
But everywhere else,
summer.
For the most part, all of the water at any beach you go to is going to be colder. If you go to San Diego during the summer, it will be warmer and actually enjoyable. Like you're not going to recoil stepping your feet in some water. But there are some very scenic beaches here.
Yeah, there are very scenic beaches. Yes.
But the water's
to see the cliffs and the rocks is definitely like, okay, I love this picturesque scene. I can sit here, light a little fire and have my little
That's why people that live in California on TV, they always have like sweaters and like blankets on their deck if they live on the beach.
Cold.
Interesting. Got it. Okay.
I was came July. When July came around, I was so depressed because my heat was still coming on in the apartment. And I was like, why's the heat coming on? I'm like, gosh, and you step outside, like, why is it so cold in the middle of the summertime? They was like, this how it is. But this is the place that you start out the day wearing like full-on pants, hoodies, and then you just strip away the layers. The day go by. Like
the Bay Area is always cold. You can go to San Francisco; it's 100 degrees and snow. When you go to San Francisco, it's like 70s.
Wow.
So the Bay Area,
they have microclimates. So when you look at the forecast, Like you're looking at 3 different temperature sets depending on where you are. So it's like you got inland, you got what's it, the beach, coastline, and then it's like what else? The bay, pretty much.
Yeah.
Huh.
Weird. So weird.
That?
California is like 5 states in one.
Seems that way.
That's also depressing. When you get in the car, you're driving for several hours. He's like,
the long road trips. Oh God, that would kill me.
But it's like a long road trip, but you're still in California road trip. It's like, I think you're driving somewhere, and it's like, damn, like we've been in this car for like 3 hours.
We drove down to Santa Monica because we were hitting wineries.
Yeah, but that's different. Well, we went to Hillsburg.
Yeah,
went to Hillsburg, and we went to the house.
Yeah, something.
And I was like, this drive has been forever, but you still in the same state. I was like, there's no scenery change. I was like, okay, it's weird.
Oh man.
You drive 6 hours on the East Coast, you could be
at
the coast.
Yeah, 3 different states. Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
You know, you got some joy. Let me stop at this gas station because I'm in Jersey. They pump the gas. It's like little stuff.
Brenae, have you been to DC before?
Yeah, I have. I have family there.
Oh, cool.
She ain't been to DC yet.
I have been.
Coming soon.
Okay. All right, next question. How do you take your eggs?
Scrambled.
I like soft scrambled eggs or over easy.
Nice.
But if I wake up in the morning, I'll do a quick soft scramble in a heartbeat.
Okay.
In a heartbeat.
I'm all about efficiency and convenience, and scrambled is the way to go. Poached eggs are really good.
That's fair. All right. Last question. You guys probably can grill year round, but think about the first time you're bringing out the grill. What are you sipping and what song are you playing?
We've already busted out the grill because it was 80 degrees in January.
Jesus. I'm so jealous.
He cooked a million things. That was the same day that we did the hot chicken.
Yeah, the same day we did the hot chicken video. Definitely broke out the grill. She has a 12-foot,
it's an 18-foot stone.
18-foot stone grill pit. Like, it's for a food wine festival, basically.
Yeah.
And I was like, let's start this grill up. Let's get firewood, got it going. There's some chicken, some steaks on there. Yeah, some shrimp. I did that inside. Get paella again. But, that was during the day. And then later that evening, rather cool outside, like freezing outside.
Yeah.
So, carry ourselves on the inside of the house. Early night. And Brenae checked on the fire before we went to sleep. And she said, oh, it's going to be just fine.
You're skipping a lot of details.
What details am I skipping?
So we started the day out at like 80 degrees. He's cooking. We were drinking a number of things. We drank the Lambrusco. We had a Cab Franc. We had a Brut Rosé. We had a couple of things.
And then something else.
But it cooled down so much that I was like, you know what? This is going to burn out because in the mornings it was super wet outside. And so it rained. It hadn't rained. It was just that dewy and misty outside. So I was like, this is going to cool down. Not going to be a problem. But we had a wind advisory and the wind had picked up to about 30 miles an hour by like 1 in the morning. So 2 in the morning, he goes, babe, I see light. And he's staring out my bedroom window. And I was like, you should see nothing but the moon. I walk over there and the grill had relit. And
it's like swirling fire.
And so I don't think, so he grabs his drinking water.
I had a Yeti canister of water.
So he it's phone and Yeti, and he's hustling downstairs. I'm looking at him like, what are you gonna do with that? Whatever. So I go and grab a bucket, but like, I don't even think my feet touch the stairs. Like, you should not see flames that tall. And so we go down there and he literally just throws the drinking water on it. And I didn't have any of my hoses set up. So like, I'm sitting there trying to fill this bucket to put the flames out. And he's just standing next to it like, this little drinking water, like, Thank goodness. Thank
For
goodness.
the rest of the night, I could not sleep. I'm looking at every light. I'm like, oh gosh, did the sun catch on fire? Did one of these embers get carried away? Did we start the next California wildfire?
Oh, God.
I mean, the wind advisory lasted like 3 days. It was freaking. We were on.
And her house is like, her house is like Wizard of Oz. It's like little farmhouse that the tornado gonna come and go, and you go on the way with the tornado. Okay? It's a nice house, but it's a little farmhouse, and the wind blow you like this, woo, while you in the house. So I was like, well, those embers can't stand a chance against this. And it was like spinning fire. I was like, oh my gosh. I deleted all the posts that I posted that day because I was like, I got to delete everything. I posted fire, wood, cooking outside. I was terrified.
It was pretty scary. I've never seen that happen.
Oh my gosh.
So
we have started the grill this year.
I don't know what my next California grilling session is gonna be, but
okay.
We know wind outside.
Okay.
Honestly, my vineyard team wants to show him how to make true, authentic Mexican food. So probably what's next on the agenda.
Very nice. How fun.
It's 18-foot pit.
Yeah, it's a big grill. So
nice.
She has a mountain lion where she lives at too.
A what?
Got a bear.
A mountain lion.
No, nope.
Cats, deer, foxes.
I'm from DC. You might see a squirrel. You might see a loose cat. Somebody's dog on
a loose cat.
Not no loose mountain lion that's eating the deer.
No.
She has wild turkeys. Wild turkeys.
Wow.
Like a lot of them, not like one or two. She got it's like 60 wild turkeys. Like you're riding down the road and it's like, that is a lot of Thanksgiving right there. Oh, love it.
Are wild turkeys dangerous? Do they do anything to you?
They run.
No, they can be. They get so big. Like a lot of the males are about 3 feet tall.
Oh my God.
Turkeys. They can be aggressive if they're trying to protect something.
Wow.
But it's wild turkeys in DC too.
Really?
Yeah. Right, coming off like 295, where they do that new complex, that new government complex over there.
I've never seen
like right behind St. Elizabeth. Wild turkeys, wild up, crazy.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Well, my goodness.
Something you don't see every day.
Okay, so if you guys did grill some food and drank some wine and played a song, what would that wine be and what would that song be? And your answers don't have to be the same. You both can answer separately.
A song.
The wine, I'm going with outside grilling. I'm going with some rosé.
Very nice.
Love You Bunches, because I love You Bunches. Okay. But if I could get some the reservoir, the chocolate, like the rosé reservoir, I love that too. That would be my go-to summertime grill wine. And then the song I would listen to would be Common Like Water for Chocolate.
Very nice. Nice
light,
choice.
The light. Yeah, that's the bad. That's a good barbecue song.
We're probably making Mexican food. Or no, we're actually doing tri-tip if I'm grilling.
Californians can't grill on ribs.
Whoa.
Well, you live in California now, so you probably know California.
I can grill ribs. That's why you went to tri-tip right at the beginning.
I like tri-tip. So why are you being shady? I let you answer with no interruption. You go ahead and let me. I am not above drinking like a 16% red in the summer, so I'm probably still drinking Zinfandel because that is forever and a day like jam. And I'm probably listening to Outstanding by the Get Band.
Oh, very nice. I love it. I love it. Oh, you guys are great. Before we go, tell everybody where they can follow you.
Perfect. So online, you can find us at Chef and Wine Girl everywhere.
Everywhere.
TikTok, Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube.
And then that's our email too.
Yeah, at Gmail.
Can you guys tell us what you're going to cook next, or is it? Can you guys tell us what you're going to cook next, or is it a surprise?
Next thing we're gonna be doing is a chili. We're making chili.
Oh,
We were
nice.
Save the wine as a surprise.
We were supposed to do a game day chili that turned to brunch and bubbles and never made chili.
Hey, that happens.
Strawberry mimosas.
Wait, say that again.
Car orange and strawberry mimosa.
Huh.
So good, which is why the chili was never made.
The winter time in California is citrus season, and they have all the citrus that you could love, and that it's amazing.
So yeah, do fresh cut strawberries with some car oranges and some Brut Rosé and some orange juice, and you will not be disappointed.
And did it in a French press.
Yeah.
Whoa. I have a French press. I have never used it like that.
Yes.
Oh.
So the thing is, and I did this like a long time ago. I did a video. I was like, I love French press because the guys at Service Bar used to do French press cocktails all the time. And I was like, I don't like all the bits and chunks in my drink. I just want the drink, but that infusion stays there, so you get those fruit notes without having fruit chunks, and you try to drink around strawberry and like, oh, gotta eat that right now. So.
Sarita,
y'all just blew my mind. I'm going downstairs and I'm making a French press drink. So that's it. I have grapefruit.
Palomas.
Palomas are my favorite. Yeah, man.
Do a mezcal paloma too with some silencio or something like that.
I do have mezcal. Well, that's my evening. Man. Yes. Guys, thank you so much for being on the show. This was fantastic.
Thank you so much for having us.
Well, guys, that is our show. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Chef and a Wine Girl on social media and their YouTube channel. Check all of the Swirl Suite team out. Follow us. You know our tags. Vine Me Up, Vino Noir, Vino 301, and Girl Eats Glass, and of course the Swirl Suite. Have a wonderful week. Cheers.